So it's been an interesting 2020s for Charlotte Flair. Whether it's in or outside the ring, it just seems like she's able to keep herself in the conversation, one way or another. But as the most recent episode of SmackDown will show, it hasn't always been the most positive connotations, we'll say. Welcome back to the channel, I'm Jay.T, and let's take a little history dive into the complex nature of Charlotte Flair. So starting off with the Nia Jax run-in in 2021. We're just going to bring up the notable things here. We're not going to go over every single, this is not a biography, you know what I'm saying? We're not going to go over every single part of Charlotte Flair's life. We're just going to go straight off the most controversial wrestling moments. Point blank. Nothing with Andrade. The match with Nia Jax was, to put it lightly, a train wreck. Some built-up beef that really honestly ruined what could have been a great match. And I'm speaking kind of highly of Nia Jax at the time, before she, polished up in the ring. But in the ring, the verbal back and forth banter was, it wasn't PG, was it? But that ending powerbomb that Nia gave to Charlotte, because Charlotte kind of did sell on that powerbomb. The ending powerbomb was just nasty, that was not safe. And then we fast forward, or somewhere around that time period, we go to the Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair title exchange. So another scenario of I think this is the beef with Becky was kind of like more so long-term built up, but of course it took place in the ring. Now, I always wondered in actuality if Charlotte Flair was even supposed to give up her belt first, be it that because Sonya Deville looked to Becky Lynch first. I was like, oh, they're trying to get Becky Lynch to, give up her title first, or maybe just have an even exchange, something like that. And of course, Charlotte ended up dropping the belt when Becky went to reach for it, and, such and such. But rewatching that whole segment kind of made me realize the 3D graphics were not that bad. They weren't, you know what I'm saying? I mean, they could have been polished up a little bit, but like the Becky Lynch one with her entrance, that was kind of solid. I liked it. And then we get to the most recent one, Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair. Now, it was reported that Charlotte Flair went off script first, and what means it didn't seem too extreme, but it does feel like Tiffany Stratton definitely went further off the script, if you will, and definitely cut a little deeper with her insults.
You're gonna be just like you are outside of the ring. Alone.
Plus, if you add in the fact that the Chicago crowd was not too happy that Charlotte Flair was in their city.
Chicago!
It was a rough night for Charlotte, for a whole bunch of means. But the craziest part about it was Tiffany, after she insulted Charlotte, she ran out the ring and then she retreated up the ramp. And then you could tell that Tiffany was kind of shook up because she held up the women's title upside down. Slightly embarrassing, but I mean, you want to get away from a heated situation. I can understand it. Now, these examples alone demonstrate one or two, or it could be both possibilities here. Either A, the female locker room is just oozing in terms of like toxicity, or B, Charlotte Flair is a problem. Now, it is important to note that these occurrences happened over the span of 4 years, and these are the most notable ones. I wasn't looking into any other ones because the other ones aren't really notable. It's just like, But not to mention, Charlotte Flair is not the only female who's ever been in controversy in terms of, wrestling. Though, with that being stated, it's pretty safe to say she's probably beating the crap out of Tiffany Stratton at WrestleMania. But can you imagine having a shoot fight at WrestleMania? Like, just imagine that, like, for a world championship, the primary championship of your division, you have a shoot fight. Not saying it will happen, but I mean, that's pretty entertaining. So it's an interesting time in wrestling, and I've been, I let my intro, I've been gone for a while, but it's good to be back. It's good to be back. I have been recovering in terms of energy. I've been, I kind of take a week off like every single season, so that was my thing, and now we are going to kick it into high gear pretty much. So yeah, be on the lookout for all the TRA pages. I'm going to be releasing content on every single one, every single day, except for the weekends. Give me a little break, you know what I'm saying? But also, even on the other Instagram pages, there will be content flowing. Basically, every single day this week, there's going to be new content in some form or fashion. So tune into that, and this video's going on long enough, so y'all take care. Guess all I got. Peace. Baby girl awesome, it ain't capping the slightest. She take out to just be like a Midas. When we walk in the room, we the brightest. Different topics, but I'm steady vibing. In the mud, but I better stay striving. With the family, I'll always be thriving. Creepy steps, but I cannot quit climbing.